have your magazine article pulled up, I would like for you to close your Chromebook and find a spot in front of the whiteboard. I do like it. Okay. I will say it again. I see a few students who have their article up. Once you have your magazine article pulled up, please close your Chromebook and find a spot on the carpet. Close your Chromebook, please. Trish, do you mind if I sit here? Just for the mini lesson. Thank you. Thank you for being so flexible. Okay, Connor, Jake, or Jackson, are you ready, honey?
Yeah.
Thank you. Can you close your Chromebook? Oh, no, we're not going to be here that long, but thank you. Trisha, honey, if you want to sit on the carpet for this lesson after you log in. Okay, thank you. I'm noticing that Haley's sitting in listening learning position. We're going to look at the whiteboard today. Not at me. Please remind me, what does listening learning position look like? I see, yes. Just hold on to it, Kenzie. They're passing kindness note to you. Okay. So today's learning target is something that is brand new to us. Can I have a volunteer read the learning target on the board? Christian? On the board, where it usually is. I ran out of room, so I just put L's, which means Langston. Okay, that's what we're going to focus on for this mini lesson. The other one was from the other day. So here is a brand new word. I put it in orange. What is the word in orange on the learning target? Adam. Sight. Now, that's not the sight like your eyesight or sight words. It's a different type of sight. And I think some of us might have some schema on it. It has to do with citations. Does anyone have schema on citing resources or citations? Chase. Oh, that's a website. That's a little different. That one, there's lots of different types of sites. That is not the same type of site as citations. That would be SIGHT. That would be a third type of site. So we have the site, like that's a beautiful site, or I'm going to go to this website. And then we have this site, which means that we're going to cite our resources or create a citations page. We actually talked about citing resources at the beginning of the year when we talked about being a safe and responsible digital citizen. One of our digital citizenship expectations is citing resources. Anybody remember what that means? Well, we looked up resources. So here is one of the resources that I used when I was modeling how to research. What would it mean if I wanted to cite this? If I use this website or this article What would it mean to cite the resource, Nick?
Like, keep it.
I,
Use it for handy if you ever need to research.
okay, keep it on hand for my research on giraffes. Well, citing resources means that I am going to show the reader of my magazine article where I got my research. This one, it says giraffes feeding. And yesterday, we talked about and worked through, eyes up here, how to take our research and turn it into an informational paragraph. So you helped me write about what giraffes eat. Did this come from my head? Did it come from your head? Where did it come from? Natalie? The article. So it's so important to tell the readers where we got the information. We need to give the actual author of the article credit. They deserve credit. If I didn't give them credit, it'd be like I was stealing their work. Which, say it again, it was like copywriting, and we talked about how it's so important that we can't just copy the article, right? As we've been researching, we talked about how to take those facts and turn them into our own words. But we also have to write where we got that information. So today, I am going to model how to do that. In 3rd grade, you are introduced to citations. You need to know why it's important to cite resources. And can you sit in listening learning position, please? Thank you. You need to know the purpose of citing resources, why it's important, and how to find a citation on an informational article. But guess what? You guys are super lucky. When I had to cite my research when I was younger, I had to create the entire citation by hand. But look at this. If we go back to that article, and I scroll down, it's already there for you. So what do you have to do? Well, we have to do something. What do we need to do, Chase?
Control C, and then go back to your magazine, and then hit Control V.
What does Control C mean? What is that? Ansel, what does Control C mean? To copy, and then Control V means to what?
Copy.
Not uncopy. What's the word? Paste. We're going to paste it. So before I model how to do that, I'm going to talk about the parts of this citation. You will see. Thank you, honey. Could you come sit right here for the lesson? Thank you. Okay, eyes up here. So you'll see this right here called MLA. There are different types of citations. In Milford, we use MLA. That's all you need to know right now. So we are going to look at the parts of this citation. Notice it says Cole, Melissa. Can anyone infer what that is? What does that mean? Haley?
That's the one that wrote all of this?
It's the author of the article. Then let's look at this part that's in quotations. Put your hand down for a second, please. Thank you. What does that mean? Milo?
It's copying from what was in the book section.
Okay. Who can elaborate? Ashley?
It's the title of the series.
Yes, it's the title of the article. And it comes from this book, which is the same author. And then this right here that says Black Birch Press, that is called the publisher. It's who published the book. Christian, can you please put your hand down? Because right now you're thinking so much about what's in your head that you're missing what I'm sharing. Oh, you're stretching? Could you please put your hands in your lap for me? Thank you. I appreciate that. What does this 2003, that was before you were born. What does that mean? Grace? That was when it was published. And then we have Wild Africa Kids Info Bits. What's Kids Info Bits? Caleb? It's the website where we found the article. And then we have two more parts. What's this long one right here? Can anyone share what that represents? Marshall.
It probably is their website.
It's the.
Website that they made.
It's not their own website, but it is a website. Josh? Not a password. Whoa. Sarah?
It's something where you can go to the search bar and you can type in.
Yes, if we, let's try this. If I copy that, let's see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. But if I paste that in the search bar, thank you. I might be too far away. What came up? The article. It's the link to the article. Finally, there's this word accessed. I'm going to read this. This says access the 19th of December 2018. What? That it is today. It is today. I'm going to actually show you something a little different. Keep thinking about what that means, Natalie, what access means. Guess what I noticed the other day? This is my Google Drive. I came to my Google Drive and look what I found right here. I found a new folder. And Connor's making a connection. Connor, tell me why you're making the connection.
That came up on my
Came up on, why is it up on yours? What did we do where this folder, did we create the folder?
No.
It happened automatically. How did it happen? How did it happen, Adam?
You shared it with everyone in the class.
Oh, well, that is a good inference. I did not share this. I didn't even know I had this until I saw it yesterday. How did I get this, Nick?
It's because when you were on your, whatever it's
I'll go-
called, your,
I'll go back up here.
you clicked send to Google Drive and it sent, and it created a folder.
Yes, so every time you click the send to Google Drive,
Send to OneDrive.
we don't use that. We use Google Drive in Milford, okay? So you don't need to worry about that. Max, can you please either put that on or in your lap, please? It's going to go to this folder. So here's the article we were just looking at. Now let's go back to the citation because it's at the bottom too, and we're talking about that accessed. Can you see it here? It's different. It says access the 11th of December 2018. So why is it different? Jackson, thank you for just raising your hand. This one says access the 11th. Everything else is the same. Cole, Melissa, giraffes.
It's when it's the first time you accessed it.
What does that mean? This is the first time I accessed it, but what does access mean? Ashley, it was the first time Yes, it's the first time that I looked at it and sent it to my drive. So, I am going to use this citation for my citation page, for my research, since I had sent it to my Google Drive. If you send it to your Google Drive, you have a folder of all the articles and the photos, and we'll talk about that in a minute, that you used for your research. So, now I got lots of tabs open. Here we go. So again, remind me, if I am going to use this citation, how am I going to get this onto my magazine? What's the first thing I need to do, Sarah? Control C. But I need to do something first. What do I need to do before I hit Control C, Max? Highlight it. So you need to highlight the entire citation. No reason, you can ignore this document number. I'm going to hit Control C as Sarah guided me, and I'm going to go click my magazine template tab, and I'm going to my citation page. Okay? And I'm going, these two were from the other classes that I modeled. So this one, you'll notice is going to be different. I'm going to hit, what do I do to paste it? What do I do to paste it, Alyssa? Oh, you guys got it. And there is my citation. So I have the first one is the article that was just titled Giraffes. This last one is the giraffe feeding one. This is actually the photograph that I used. It's important to also cite photographs that you want to give credit. So you can see that it was right here. That's the photo that I used, and the citation is at the bottom. We have the name of the photograph. Sometimes it tells us that our names are spelled incorrectly too, doesn't it?
Like one time when I spelled Connor's name on my document, it said it was beyond.
Because there's other ways. Let's focus on
It
this.
said Trisha was trivia.
Yes, it did. That was funny. So we have the name of the photograph, where the photograph came from, the company. What's the 2014 again? That's different. The other one was 2003? 3? So this is 2014. What does that mean? Ansel. When the photograph was published. And then we have, what if I highlighted this link and pasted it up in the bar? It would take me to the picture. You guys got it. There's one other thing that I want just to mention. You guys are just learning about citations, but there is a certain order. It should be in alphabetical order. So can anyone see something that I need to do? What do I need to do? Nick?
Well, copy and paste that. Well, copy that and then put this up and then put that down here because that's C and that is, wait, what is this?
That starts with the, what letter does this one start with? G. So this one would go first. That's something that you are going to learn as you go through the grades. So I'm going to, oops, disappeared. Control C, and then I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to go back up here, make some room. And what do I do to paste it? What do I hit, everyone? Control V. Got it. And then you can just rearrange it. Okay. Now remember, today's learning target is with my help, you are going to be able to cite your resources. Because it is important. Remind me, why is it important to share or to cite our resources? Josh? So people don't think that you stole the information? Christian, why else is it important?
I have two questions.
Okay, let's answer this and then I'll answer your questions, okay?
Because, like, you can't steal other people's, like, if they made the text and they get money for it, maybe they don't want you to steal their paragraph and other people think that
Yeah, you want to give credit. If you created a writing, like many of you have been writing a narrative. If somebody took your narrative and said they wrote it, you'd feel bad, wouldn't you? Because you have worked so hard on that. You've worked so hard on this informational research project, haven't you?
Yeah, and then
And you do not want anybody to take yours and say that they wrote it.
I said,
So it is important to cite the resources to give the original author credit and to also show the reader where you got your facts, where you got the information. Because now, like, am I an expert in all your topics? No. So now when I am looking at your magazine article, I can go look at your citations page and I can go exactly to the link and I can check your facts. Okay. Yes, Haley.
I noticed on the edit class, on the slide, they showed the picture about the raptor.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that it said,
If you look, yes, actually, if you look down here, Haley's talking about the citation of the photograph. It says access the 12th of December. So what does that mean? What does that mean again? Any other friends? Sarah?
we first looked at it.
When I first looked and found that photo. Harper?
For the copywriting, it's kind of like when someone makes a product and like my dad works at P&G and he made they made a razor that was better than like a lot of razors. In one company, they stole the information for the pad. It's like that. It's
It is kind of like that. That's a great connection.
do the writing and then
They got a patent, yeah, yes. Okay, friends, I see lots of many questions. I am going to do individual conferences today, so let's go over the expectations for that. We know if you need help spelling a word, how can you solve that problem yourself? Milo?
You could, click it and, click it with your two fingers and, then it would pop the word up.
Yeah, so you could use the spell check on Google Slides. What else could you do, Lily? You could use your quick word. Any other ideas, Grace? You can ask a friend. If you, let's say you are struggling with citing your resources and I am working with a student, what could you do to try to problem solve that? Christian?
You could press,
Let's say that you forgot how to, that's for spelling. You're right. If we were misspelling, so let's say that you're trying to cite your resources and I'm working with Harper and I'm working one-on-one with her. How could you problem solve it without interrupting our writing conference? You could ask a friend, okay? Or Miss Kuykendall, yes, you could ask her as well. What's your question? You know what? I'm glad you said that because I forgot to share that. Some of you actually used a different site than InfoBits. Some of your topics, let's find the web portal. There we go. Some of you used Info Ohio. So let me just quickly share that. And you used World Book Kids or World Book Student. I'm actually going to show you World Book Student. And I'm going to type giraffes. And let's say that I use this article.
Oh, yeah,
Go down to the bottom. And there's this red link. What does that say? What does that say, Jake?
How to cite this article.
And you're going to click this. This is what I was talking about. Which one are we going to use? There's 3 different types. MLA, APA, Harvard. Which one are we going to use? Oh, Ashley, MLA. So I would use this.
They have Harvard.
That's a type of citation.
Yeah, and
Yes.
it's also type.
Okay. If you use something else, I will help you cite those resources, okay? I'm going to call tables to go get their research out of, I'll wait. Thank you. I'm going to bring up the magazine. Trish. I'm going to call students to go get their research. Where is your research? Where are you going to get it, Jackson?
In your cubby thing, the box.
In your cubby box, in your book box, yes.